my friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's Mama Ming here. In my channel I do a variety of pregnancy, parenting, lifestyle videos. If this is the first time you're on my channel, make sure you subscribe. It would really do me a favor. And also, at the time I filmed this video, I am almost 36 weeks. I'm currently 35 in a couple of days, so by the end of this week I'll be 9 months, 36 weeks, and this is a great week to pack your hospital bag. I'm having a hard time catching my breath when talking. So this is my hospital bag. I actually used the same one when I delivered my firstborn, and this is my second kid. It's been 2 years, right? It's been 2 years since I had my first baby, and I'm super excited to welcome my baby girl in 1 month, maybe less than a month. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. So I have my list right here that I wrote down and the things that I pack in my bag that I can show you. And also, I do want to say that I don't consider myself a minimalist, but after watching a lot of other women's video, I do consider myself minimalist when it comes to hospital bag. There are so many things that are offered at hospital that I don't have to bring. So the first tip that I want to give you is to maybe call the hospital or go online to do like a virtual tour. Ask about what is offered, what is provided, especially if it's the first time you deliver in that particular hospital or birth center or wherever you deliver your baby. Make sure you call or do a tour, or sometimes on the website they have like a virtual tour, and they actually have a list of items that they provide and services they provide, so that you know what to expect. And also, I live in the United States, I live in Texas, so if you do live outside of the United States, your hospital may be a little bit different what they offer, and also the rules when it comes to labor delivery will be different, because I heard in Europe you can eat when you're in labor, but in the United States it's like absolutely no. This is my second time delivering in a hospital, so I'm super excited. All right, so the first thing that you need to pack is your photo ID and your insurance card. So my hospital actually have my insurance card stored, but it's always good to have your insurance card just in case they need to verify it again, and make sure you have both your ID and maybe the father's ID, just in case they need to check your ID when it comes to like signing a document about the birth certificates and stuff like that. So bring your driver's license or passport or any government issued ID. It's so important to pack them, not necessarily just in the hospital bag, but like I have my driver's license in my wallet. It's right here. Actually, my phone is my wallet, so my driver's license is actually with me. As long as I have my phone, I have my wallet. So I'll link my phone case down below. It's like from Amazon, it's like $30-something. Best investment, because I never have to worry about wallet anymore. I just need my phone and that's it. Super convenient. So always have your insurance card and your ID in your wallet or in your phone in my case. The second thing that a lot of people talk about is actually the birth plan. First time delivery at the hospital, I actually printed out the birth plan and my husband forgot to bring it. The story was that we don't actually have a printer. We have a printer, but it hasn't been working. We don't have ink or anything. So I asked my husband to print out the birth plan at the office, and he forgot to bring it to the hospital after office. So we had a birth plan, but he actually didn't bring it during my first birthing experience. And honestly, this could be an unpopular opinion. I actually didn't think my birth plan was necessary. So before you get upset, listen to my reasons. So the first thing is, during your labor, so many things could go wrong, so many things could go right. Having a huge expectation of how it goes sometimes mess up the mind, sometimes mess up my mind. The second thing was that I actually have a condition called ITP. So it's a condition where it's an autoimmune condition where my body attacks my own platelets. So in my first pregnancy, or in my first full-term pregnancy, my platelets was really low, dangerously low in third trimester. So my OB actually talked to me about it. She said there's a very high chance that you don't qualify for epidural. So with your pain control, you could use fentanyl, you could use the gas, the laughing gas, whatever you choose during labor. May actually take some birthing classes with hypnobirthing, or get like different ways, learn about different ways, get prepared for not using epidural. My nose was bleeding for the last whole month of my pregnancy, and suddenly my nose stopped bleeding, and I was like, it's a sign that my platelet is up, because I don't have spontaneous bleeding anymore. At the time when I was admitted to the hospital on the day of my labor, my platelets was magically became 106, which is still below the normal range, but it's like safe enough to receive epidural. So my plan went from not using epidural at all because I didn't qualify to, hey, I am open to use epidural. So on the day of your delivery, like everything could be different from what you expected. So that is why it's important to discuss the birth plan with your OBGYN before the hospital. Think about like what you may need to prepare, but at the same time when you go to the hospital, that not everything could go expected. So what I did, instead of like giving them a birth plan, I told them like every time they need to do like a medical intervention, they need to ask me and explain to me the pros and cons of doing that particular medical intervention. So for example, my doctor asked me to break my water, and I told my doctor that I didn't want them to break my water. I want my water to naturally break. So I wanted to wait for several hours, and they were like, okay, we'll check with you in several hours. If you're still not progressing, we may ask you again. I was like, okay, that sounds like a good plan. So I just made a lot of decisions on the spot during my labor, instead of like, this is my plan, not use epidural, not breaking my water, and not like, because you could easily change your mind during delivery. And it's important that you communicate with your care team, like before you do anything, communicate with me what you plan to do, what are the pros and cons, ask for my consent before you do any intervention. So I think that is a great way, instead of like having a printed out birth plan. But I knew what to expect. I talked to my doctor. I knew that they standardized delayed cord clamping, so they delayed the cord clamping. We discussed the possibility of keeping my placenta for encapsulation. She explained to me like the risk of GBS. She explained to me like different things. So it's important to discuss with your doctor before, instead of like just putting like a birth plan, like this is what we want to do. So I do not have a birth plan in my hospital bag. So the third thing, phone charger. This is so important because you may be at a hospital for so long. What I do is I bring like one of these charger brick, and then I bring another charger that can charge the charger brick. So sometimes your hospital bag could be super far away from the outlet, so it's very beneficial that you have one of those charger brick. I'll link some of the good ones down below. Very important is to keep yourself entertained. If you want to listen to music, if you want to watch shows, either use your phone, use your iPad. So important, get your charger and get an extension cord will be very beneficial because, you know, again, the outlet could be super far away from your hospital bed. And this happens before labor, after labor, postpartum. Very important to keep yourself entertained. So the next thing is, ta-da! Your slippers. Hospital floor is not very clean, especially if you do decide to take a shower there like me. I definitely wear those like shower shoes instead of like those like slippers that you wear that's not like waterproof, because if you do decide to take a shower at a hospital like I did, wear the shoes. I wouldn't walk around barefoot because the hospital floor is, you don't know what's been there before. So get the slippers, shower shoes. Item is the gravy socks or skid socks. So I did not pack skid socks. Here is why. First of all, I hate socks. Second of all, like I only wear socks if I wear like sports walking shoes. If I work out, I like to wear like sandals and stuff. Second of all, like everyone was like, make sure you bring skid socks, make sure you bring skid socks. My hospital gave me 3 pairs of skid socks, so many of them. And they actually made me wear it because the nurse was like, you need to put those on before you go to the bathroom. I was like, I don't want to wear it. I want to wear my shoes. And she's like, would you just humor me and put it on because it's a liability. If you fall, then I'm responsible. So would you just please put on your skid socks provided by the hospital so that I, you know, fulfilled my obligation of, you know, taking care of you. So I was like, okay, I'll do it since it's, you know, liability issues. So I do not bring any skid socks just because my hospital gave me 3 pairs, and they also gave my husband a pair. So we end up with 4 pairs of skid socks, and 2 of them were not even open. I just bring them home and I never wear them again. But skid socks, for me, not necessary just because my hospital provides them, but if you want to bring them, bring them. So the next thing that I have is a gown. This is like a breastfeeding gown that I bought from Kindred Briefly. So it looks like this. So it's like a gown where afterwards, you may have family visit you, and this gown is super easy that you can open to breastfeed, but at the same time, if it's like cold, you can put them on. You can also put them on from the front. So bring a gown. The hospital gowns are really thin. Sometimes it could feel a little bit cold postpartum, so bring a little like gown. This is not the labor gown though. It's my postpartum gown. The labor gown, it's gonna get so bloody. I don't recommend you buying any labor gown. Like, just use the hospital ones. Don't create more work for yourself. The next thing you need to bring is the outfit that you're gonna wear when you go home. I brought this one. It's a breastfeeding dress and a breastfeeding bra. So let me show you. The breastfeeding bra is like a special bra that you can get from Amazon, Target. So what happened was that I put on my clothes, waiting for my husband to bring the car out, ready to go down. The nurse was gonna push me down when my husband was getting the car. And my baby, I was holding my baby, and the baby just got so hungry again. So even though I was ready, I can just open my gown, open my dress, open this thing, and then my baby can just feed from here, which is very convenient. So make sure you bring the breastfeeding bra as a take-home pose. And this is my breastfeeding dress. I got it from Amazon. Everything postpartum I got is from Amazon, just because, like, you know, it's cheap. So it's a dress with button down, like opening of your chest, so you can just pull it out and then breastfeed if necessary while you're waiting for your husband to get the car and stuff. So bring a pack of going home clothes is very beneficial. Do you need to bring underwear? The answer is no. The hospital provides postpartum underwear, and it's called a mesh underwear. If you feel like they're too big or you don't want to wear them, you can buy these from online. These are the high-waisted from Freedom Mom. If you don't like hospital ones, you can have them. Someone gifted me this. I actually like the hospital one. I only wear like 1 or 2 of these actually. But if you ran out of the hospital ones after you get home, these could be beneficial because these are throwaway underwears, because it's gonna be so bloody. The next question, postpartum bleeding. A lot of people ask me, do you need to wear special diapers after postpartum? Because I heard there's a lot of bleeding. The hospital will provide you the postpartum pads. Let me just show you how big they are. This is your postpartum pads. I know, be prepared. This is actually from my hospital. I actually liked it. The first pad that I wore after giving birth was full, and I know it may make someone uncomfortable because the nurse actually open your underwear and check how much bleeding there is, just to check if you're hemorrhaging. So I have a bleeding disorder, so naturally postpartum I filled up the whole pad, but my second pad wasn't full. Like, my bleeding was like slowing down and significantly slowing down. And after about 2 days of this, the hospital also give you like some smaller pads once your bleeding is like kind of slowed down, but this is the big one. Like, it's crazy. So this is what the hospital provides. This is the big one that they give you immediately postpartum for about 12 to 24 hours. Usually after 24 hours, the bleeding kind of slow down a little bit. You could ask for like the medium-sized pads, and then they give you that, and you can ask more to come home with, which is great. Like, take as many things as possible from the hospital home. That is what I learned from lesson. Take as many of these pads. I love them. So these are the heavy-duty pads. Do not worry about having to bring something like this or having to buy something like this. Don't worry about it. Like, as long as you're in the hospital, everything is basically, like in the United States, basically everything is provided, everything is offered. But you know, of course, if you're live from somewhere else, it may be a little bit different. Toiletries. Okay, before we do that, here is a towel. You'd be like, why would you bring a towel? So hospital is not a hotel. Hospital do not have the hotel quality towels. If you're like me who decide to take a shower at a hospital, bring your own towel. The hospital towels are so thin and they're just so hard, and then they don't absorb any water. It was just super annoying. I do use the hospital towel for my hair after about 24 hours I took a shower after labor. But bring your own towel is gonna be so helpful. especially you don't want to take a lot of time to dry out yourself. It's already annoying, a lot of things. And the next thing is your toiletries. And this is also interesting, is the hospital actually give you a toiletry bag, at least my hospital does. There's toothbrush, there is a toothpick, there's a baby shampoo for you, but they don't have like a lot of other things. So if you want like a good lotion, a little makeup if you want. So I have a little facial mask to pamper myself, little eye mask because you know I'll be sleep deprived, a little cleanser for my face because the hospital doesn't have a cleanser, it just has give you a baby shampoo, and some conditioner for my hair, some like little small things for cream and stuff, makeup remover just in case I somewhat having labor with the makeup on, I can remove it afterwards because you know. So the toiletry bag, I'm not bringing my toothbrush or anything because I'll just use the hospital toothbrush. It's not the best, but you know, I'll live. The next thing I'm going to bring is this pillow. It may not be this particular pillow, it may be a thicker pillow, I haven't decided. But what happens is the hospital pillows are also very thin. They're like the cheap pillows. I do like the hospital pillows to prop myself up to breastfeed, but I need a good pillow to sleep. So I bring this one. It functioned as both a lumbar support when I was breastfeeding. It also helps me when I sleep. So bring your own pillow if you want to sleep well, especially if you're going to sleep in the hospital for more than one night. Bring your own pillow is going to be super helpful. So the next question that I asked was, did you have to bring your ice pack or heating pad? The answer is no. The hospital actually provides you with heating pad or ice pack for labor and postpartum. If you do want to use ice pack or heating pad for, you know, pain relief or whatever, just ask the nurse to bring more. I found that heating pad was really helpful when I was having back labor, and afterwards they give you ice pack where they put the ice pack close to where the baby comes out, and it helps you to make it less sore. So I did not find that I need to buy a heating pad or ice pack because everything is provided to me. So as a lot of postpartum essentials like the peri bottle, because afterwards you're down there, your vagina will be sore, and the peri bottle will help you to clean after you use the bathrooms. So you can just use the baby wipes and the peri bottle that the hospital provides you, and you don't actually have to buy ice pack, heating pad, peri bottle, or wipes because the hospital actually provides all of them. Well, at least my hospital in Texas in the United States. The best thing that I brought, snacks. So I didn't bring a lot of snacks, but I brought some snacks. I bought a Cliff Bar and a complete protein cookie. So you may be wondering, like, why do you need to bring these? You're not allowed to eat when you're in labor, at least in the United States. So you can drink apple juice, you can drink water. It used to be like a no-no, it used to be on the TV size ice chips. No, right now you can eat popsicles, you can drink water, but you cannot eat, just in case you have to do a C-section. So by the time I finished my delivery, I'm so starving. The first thing I asked my husband was not anything else, it was give me my snack. So I just got some sweet snacks that has a little bit of protein in there. This is not a time to think about which one is healthier. I just want like a sweet treat, but also has some protein and fat to it, so it's more filling. And also I got some body armor drinks for both me and my husband, so that afterwards I can drink a little bit of that flavored water. And you can also bring a water bottle that you can fill the water at a hospital, but you can also, the hospital also provides you with water in the styrofoam cup if you're feeling comfortable with that. So believe it or not, the hospital has everything a newborn needs, from baby shampoo to towels to swaddle towels to baby hat to baby's clothes, like everything they have. Okay, so the hospital clothes is basically a like a long sleeve t-shirt type of thing, and they don't give you actually anything for the legs. It's just to have cover the upper body and also wearing a diaper. And they also have, the hospital has a lot of swaddle towels that we took home, which is great because, you know, they're not ours, and after they get dirty we just throw them away. It was phenomenal. So the hospital also has newborn diapers. They also provide with wipes. If you don't like the one from hospital, my hospital used the Pamper brand. You can bring your own. But I was like, yes, the hospital one probably has some fragrance to it, but it's okay. Like, it's just a couple of days at a hospital. So what you bring for the baby is, if you have cute clothes that you want to take a newborn photo at the hospital, bring them, and also a change of clothes to take your baby home. So bring between 1 to 3 outfits that you like, that maybe take photos or bring the baby home type of outfit for the baby. So the next thing is, if you do have birth in winter, maybe bring some baby socks. My hospital did not provide baby socks at the time, so that could be something that if you are delivering in winter. And maybe a little blanket for going home if you're delivering in winter and you want a little bit blanket to wrap the baby when you're going into the car. So if, like, depending on where you are, in Texas it's always super hot, so I don't feel the need whenever I use any baby blanket. Birth cloths, not necessary, because the hospital give you a lot of different towels, cloths, like anything that they give you, you can take home as well. Actually, they encourage you to take home. A lot of times after it's used, they have to throw it away. So if you like them, take them home. So the next thing for the newborn is install your car seat before you go to the hospital. So if you're like me, who's 35, 36 weeks already, make sure you install the car seat in the car where you're gonna take the baby home, so that you don't have to worry about it when it's like, oh, I'm in labor, wait, let me install the car seat, because the hospital would not let you leave the hospital unless they check the car seat for safety for bringing the baby home. Other than your bag, your supporting person should also bring a bag for himself, or whether your support person is your husband, your family member. So for your support person, make sure they bring like a pillow type of thing, bring a blanket, because a lot of times a supporting person is gonna sleep on the couch without the blanket. I will have the blanket, but my husband's not gonna have the blanket. That's one thing that he brought, because it was getting cold at the hospital. And snacks, water for the support person, and also some entertainment such as like iPad, a phone charger, and phones. These are the things for support person. For support person is different, because my husband actually was coming home taking shower, because he didn't like the hospital shower. He was actually bringing blankets. He was going out to buy stuff. Like, they're way more flexible than you, because sometimes you're just stuck at a hospital, but they're not, so they can actually do stuff. A lot of times I see a lot of other women, if it's their first time delivering in a hospital, they're getting nervous, they overpack. I think it's not a bad thing if you overpack, but just also remember that everything you pack to the hospital, you also need to remember to bring home. For me, I already have a baby screaming on whatever. I don't want to think about packing and packing and packing when I come home, so I want to bring the least amount of stuff possible. So the hospital provides baby clothes for the shirt, at least the baby hat, and the little suction thing that they use for the baby just in case the baby has a little phlegm. They also provide diapers, they provide period bottle for the mom, they provide pads, they provide wipes and everything. So I don't feel the need of overpacking. I just feel like, hospital is something that give you all the essentials, but if you want extra like robe, towel, pillow, snack, consider to bring these. Like, even with that, my hospital was providing some snacks, I just didn't like them. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope this video is helpful to you. If this is your first time delivering, congratulations, and don't worry about it, because at the end of the day, if you do have a support person, if you do need something, you can ask them to go buy them really quick. So my hospital nurses are wonderful. They were getting me different juice, different snacks, different things. They check on me, and I told them I need extra heating pads, extra ice pack, extra this and that. They always like bring it right away. They're just amazing. I felt like I had a really good birthing experience last time in my hospital, so I am not nervous at all. Like, if I forgot something, it's not the end of the day. But the most important things is insurance and your ID card. Make sure the paperwork and everything go through. And lastly, do you have a pediatrician? It really depends on your hospital. So for me, I didn't have a pediatrician back then, so the hospital just pointed a pediatrician for me. So they actually made all of the postpartum checkup and pediatrician checkup for me. mommy, and they also have a lactation consultant, which is very helpful too. And afterwards, now I do have a pediatrician, and you don't have to bring the information. It's usually in the system, but if they don't have in the system, then who your pediatrician is, that you can get your newborn checkup all set up as well. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope this video is helpful to you. Thumbs up if you like this video, thumbs up if you find it helpful, and comment down below what are the other things that you brought to the hospital that you feel like really is a life-changing experience. For me, the most important thing is my phone charger and my outlet. Those are the two most essential things that I need, because it is a long process. I got bored really easily. I need to be entertained. And otherwise, that's pretty much it. Before you go, make sure you thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, ring the notification bell, and comment down below what you brought to the hospital. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye! If you're delivering soon, good luck! Congratulations! Bye!